Yo, what's up? So I told my guys, yeah, I'll be going to the boot camp sometime next week or in the next 2 weeks. So they said, yeah,
he's not gonna survive it. In
yeah,
2 days, he's gonna.
yeah, I'm just gonna boot out or something or boot off, you know.
Yeah.
But instead, they're gonna show me this video what army recruits go through at boot camp. Are you guys ready?
I don't think I'm ready for this.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Ready or not?
Why are you moving? Why are you moving?
This is Army Boot Camp. Before they join the United States Army,
Oh wait. So before you join the army, go, you have to go through the boot camp. Really?
Of course.
Oh wow.
You can't do.
Like,
Is that for every country?
No, I don't think so.
of course, it has to be for every. Like, you have to go through like an
Something
academy or
before you can just
something.
enter army.
Academy, yeah.
Yeah.
Academy. Okay.
Yeah.
recruits have to graduate from a 22-week program known as
22
one.
week program. I thought it was longer than that.
1 year. People go
1
1 year,
year.
2 years.
Okay.
Station Unit Training, also known as OSIT. It happens
Oh, sorry,
here
Americans, this is not like compulsory, right? For all the people.
No, definitely not.
at Fort Benning, a 182,000-acre military installation
Like, not even
that
everyone
straddles
can
the
get into.
Alabama-Georgia border about 100 miles southwest of Atlanta.
So they have
Every
like
year, more than 18,000 soldiers
High
graduate
stuff
before
from
joining the
America.
more than 470,000 people actively serving in the Army.
13, 14, 15.
Although most of the recruits that we saw during our time there were male, recruits trained together in gender-integrated platoons.
These young men and women that volunteer to serve, they show up to us as
it's more
civilians,
volun-
and then
wow,
we
okay.
take them through a transformative process to turn them into soldiers.
You just go to
But this
physical
is happen to
attention
people. I don't
and you
get
stand.
it because I don't know. Like someone will just be like, okay, I want to be in the army.
If you love your country,
Damn.
I mean, you'll be willing to do anything,
Physical attention.
On a rain-soaked week in February, we spent 4 days inside the Army's Maneuver Center of Excellence, which trains soldiers to serve in the infantry and armor branches. We saw different companies at various stages of training.
Wow. The coordination though.
On day 1, new infantry recruits on a bus from the Atlanta airport arrive at the 30th AG Battalion headquarters, where all new recruits are received.
Listen up. You ain't got one here for you at this point. Is yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant. You understand? Yes, drill sergeant. When I tell you, you will pass your folders to the front.
The minimum age to enlist in the Army is 17, and the maximum age is 35. The base salary for an entry-level private is about $20,000 a year.
That's a
Let's
little.
go.
That's so
30
low.
seconds. Hurry up, bend your back.
Once they're off the bus, the first order of business is establishing the code of conduct.
Because I promise you, if you don't pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, you're gonna make your Army career very short. You treat everybody with dignity and respect, regardless of race, religion, color, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, and all other protected categories. Yes? Yes, Sexual assault is any unwanted physical contact in a sexual nature. So if you put your hands on another individual and you're not instructed to, or you're not saving their life, and they file a sexual assault, and it comes down that you put your hands on this individual when you weren't supposed to, that is going to be on you. You will get kicked out of the military, and then you'll probably have to file as a registered sex offender. Do you understand?
Before they go inside, the new recruits learn some basic commands and standing positions.
Hut training time! Everyone look down at their toes. You should be able to fit a slice of pizza in between your toes. If you look around, they're gonna see you. Cause you're taller than everyone else! Quickly! Who wants to
So they can't be taller.
grab one and go, it's all the same!
The recruits grab the snack that's waiting for them inside, consisting of a fruit cup, sunflower
What?
seeds, a granola bar, and a juice box.
Watch the video, remain silent!
Since 1775, the Army has been the bearer of our nation's strength in every crisis or conflict. Make no mistake about it, the journey you are embarking upon will not be easy. But you wouldn't be here if we didn't think you couldn't meet the challenge.
Listen up, your last 4-year social.
After being welcomed, recruits begin what's known as processing, which can take 1 to 2 weeks before their actual training begins.
What are they gonna be
In a
doing?
little bit, we'll give you a period to go in a room by yourself.
First, they're given one last chance to discreetly dispose of prohibited contraband like drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and
Oh,
inappropriate
I'm sorry, who would
photographs.
want to sneak in stuff like that into an army base?
Wait, inappropriate photographs. What do they mean by that?
Maybe
I don't know, maybe magazines. to
If
drop
any
off.
photo you possess on your phone is less than a bathing suit, you will not have it. You will delete them all.
Recruits get rid of contraband in an amnesty room, where they dispose of it by throwing it down a metal chute.
Is anybody confused on what you can and cannot have?
The next morning, the recruits report to the barber shop,
Oh my god! All of
where
that.
one barber has worked at Fort Benning for almost 60 years.
I've been here ever since
I mean,
1963.
it's actually really
It's a long
1963.
time. I should have been retired a long time ago, but I wake up in the morning now, I be wanting to come out here and go to work.
1963.
Recruits are issued uniforms.
Where?
They receive a series of immunizations and vaccines, and get their official photo taken, along with myriad housekeeping details that fill up their 1 to 2 week stay in processing.
Hey, sit up straight.
That is until
looks
processing
like a kid.
ends, and the time for training finally arrives.
Let's go. Grab your bags and go.
We found a company of recruits about to begin training in the armor school.
Who's the bridle?
These recruits are about to be picked up and taken to their barracks, where they'll reside for the rest of their training.
Let's go. You guys are going to the front. Let's go.
So I've not seen anything
This
on
is the
here.
last chance for recruits to change their minds
said, like-
before training begins, like one recruit who decided to stay behind.
So you can give up.
That's your last chance.
This short bus ride from processing to their new barracks will be the most peaceful moments these recruits will experience for a while. What happens next is known as the shark attack.
Run. At no time will you walk. You will run. Everywhere you freaking go. Go. Run. They say walk. Get your bags up right now. Get your bags up this way. You're a tough guy. Don't move. Do something. That's what I thought. Why are you scared?
This thing requires one hell of a self-control though. Like, look at that guy in his face.
He just said it.
Well, it's really just a little shock to the system so we can break them down to build them back up. We're breaking a lot of habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to establish that that drill sergeant is in. Nothing better than a little shock to the
Okay.
system to establish that that drill sergeant is in charge to let us start our training.
Pick up your bag and hold it.
The recruits spend much of the shark attack holding their heavy rucksacks above their heads,
Over your head.
which takes a physical toll.
Why is that so difficult? You can't pick that bag up. You decided to join the army and you can't pick that bag up. Right side bag, right side
This is one hell of a mental stress.
After about 20 minutes, the intensity begins to subside, and the drill sergeant's tone changes
We only produce the best soldiers in the United States Army.
before training officially begins.
Whoa!
People are
After
just
the
like,
shock and awe of the shark attack, things do appear to calm down.
Is it a video?
It's a movie.
Alpha 347.
I always wanted to be a star.
We found this group of infantry soldiers in week 11 of their training, practicing on the firing range. The mood was much more relaxed,
Try to get it up on my level.
and their conversations with their drill sergeants are conducted at normal volumes. Like when this drill sergeant educated the recruits on the meaning of the military expression, 8 up.
Is a piece of 8-up gum good? You don't want something that's 8-up, right? You want something fresh. You break the seal, it smells like olive oil, right?
Okay.
That dynamic changes because we want the soldiers to become more critical thinkers. At that point, we are turning into more
197.
coaches and mentors. We dial it back a little bit, so we don't want them frightened. We want them to be comfortable and in a state of mind that is receptive to learning and performing at that level.
Up to 241 hours of infantry OSIT are devoted to marksmanship, where
How many
recruits
hours?
hours of infantry OSIT are devoted to
241
marksmanship, where
That's like
recruits
10 days.
fire about 2,500 rounds using the M4 carbine, as well as the M249 squad automatic weapon, or SAW.
We create lethality. We create expert marksmen at their individual weapons because as an infantry soldier, that's what we're asking them to do.
Recruits get one of the most painful parts of training out of the way early.
Once we check your seal, you will
That's
not
good.
touch your ProMask.
This group of infantry recruits was exposed to CS gas, or tear gas, in week
What's
1
CS
of their
gas?
training.
You're gonna continue to pile in until we tell you to stop. You're gonna place your back against the wall.
The recruits
What
spend
the-
about 5 minutes inside the gas hut. Upon exiting the gas hut, the recruits are told to flap their arms like birds to remove excess gas from their uniforms. According to a drill sergeant, the effects of the gas begin to wear off after about 4 minutes.
What if you're asthmatic?
Some training moves indoors, like combatives, where recruits learn hand-to-hand self-defense tactics.
Trying to teach them to achieve a dominant body position. So get out of one negative position and then switch roles so they end up having the upper hand in a fight.
During combatives training, recruits warm up with a particularly painful-looking exercise, referred to as the EO. While laying on their backs, they have to engage their core to wiggle across the entire room.
They use the momentum, shoulder blades, the core to help them create space,
Yeah, you
warm
need
up the
to
body.
Recruits work up a major appetite during training, but Fort Benning is big, and they're not always within range of the dining facility. When they're training in the field, recruits are issued MREs, which stands for Meal Ready to Eat. Each comes with an entree, like this vegetarian pasta with taco sauce, along with an assortment of items, like mixed fruit, an energy bar, and this
Really
instant
hard
French
distance.
vanilla cappuccino. Recruits just add water, shake it up, and enjoy. Once they're fortified, recruits return to their training.
Fine boy.
Recruits spend up to 60 hours in training known as MOUT,
Mouth.
which stands for Military Operations in Urban Terrain.
Like invading stuff.
Infantrymen are expected to fight in different types of terrain and survive and win the fight. Right now, they are getting their first taste of what that's like in an urban environment.
ONT, all right, coming up.
I wonder how
In operations across Afghanistan
I know,
and
right?
Iraq, we are conducting clearance operations, and it's applicable wherever we go. It's important for the future soldiers' muscle memory because they are working as a team with communication, and they have to understand how that coordination works together.
Work as a team.
After 22 weeks of training, these infantrymen are ready to leave Fort Benning.
But you can stay if you
Friends
want.
and family gather to watch their soldiers graduate on NOA Field.
They look like soldiers. They act like soldiers. They're carrying their head high. I have trainees that were not alive when 9/11 happened. I think that's pretty powerful that I still can find American citizens that want to volunteer to serve their country when we continue to ask them to go to combat.
So that's like 5 months plus.
These new infantrymen don't have long to greet their loved ones.
Get on the bus!
Or say goodbye to their friends before leaving Fort Benning to begin their service in the United States Army.
So they never get the chance to go home or what? Wait. I don't get the last part. So from the fort or whatever, they go straight to
Wow.
It's only if those that are lucky to have their parents there.
Where?
Or something like at the Fort Benning thing.
Yeah, like you're gonna
to, like,
see
to
them.
watch, you know, your parents like come to watch you and all that. Maybe that's the only chance you might get to like see your parents before you go for.
Army. Okay.
Crazy.
But you can fail, right? If you don't pass, yeah. Like you get, like you can get sent home, like, or maybe you should redo it because you didn't pass the this after the.
Because we're like,
22.
I don't know, there were like some that didn't really look fit. You know, they're like noobs.
Yeah.
Like there's some that didn't. Why did I use
What's your
noob? That didn't. You understand? So like, I don't think everyone would have the ability to like
go
get
through
that.
the
Yeah, true.
All right, that is what Army recruits go through at boot camp. Tell us what is to react to about the American, Army world, and yet we'll see next time. Bye.
Peace out.